आरम्भं करोतु महोदय।
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। नमोस्तु सरस्वती तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्या आरम्भ करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं भाष्य पाणिनि सूत्रकार नमो अस्मि मुनित्रयम्
प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम् येनाक्षर समाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृष्णं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः।
आरम्भं कुर्मः। हीना महोदय भवती अनुवदतु। एकनिमिषम् अहं स्क्रीन्शाट् करणीयं वा अहं वदामि भवती वदति वा? अथ माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि
अतः माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि
अ इ उण् ऋलृक्
ऋलृक्
ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् लन् ञमङणनं झभञ् घढधश् जबगडदश् खफछठथ चटतव कपय्य शशर हल इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि क्षम्यताम्, I'm in the wrong one. न अत्र नास्ति। कुत्र अस्ति?
महोदय you chanted last time one more.
I'll tell that now. One second. Okay. I wasn't able to do it under the screen share. इदानीम् उत्पन्नस्थानानां श्लोकः।
Correct. Yeah.
महोदय भवती अनुवदति वा? अकूह विसर्जनीयानां कण्ठः इचु यशानां तालु ऋटुरषाणां मूर्धा लितुलसानां दन्ताः उपुपद्मानीयानाम् ओष्ठौ पद्मानि पु इत्युक्ते पवर्ग उपपद्मानीयानाम् इति उपपद्मानीयः अस्ति खलु उपपद्मानीयानाम् इति अस्ति तत्र।
So it is upupadmaniyana औष्ठौ।
सम्यक्, उपपद्मानीयानाम् औष्ठौ। अग्रे अग्रिमम् अस्ति, एकनिमिषम्। ञमगणनानां नासिका च एदैतोः कण्ठतालु ओदौतोः कण्ठोष्ठम्
Odau toho kantoshtam.
Vakarasya dantoshtham.
Vakarasya dantoshtam.
Jihva muliyasya jihva moolam.
Jihva muliyasya jihva moolam.
Nasika anuswarasya.
Nasika anuswarasya.
Bahuttamam. Dhanyavadah.
Mahodaya,
अग्रिमकक्षायां भवान् एव वदति वा? भवान्
आम्.
वदतु अनन्तरम् एकं प्रीति महोदय भवती अपि वदतु वारद्वयं भविष्यति सम्यक् भवति
Mahodaya, you said you are going to send this portion which I have not received.
It is there in the signal group. I'll forward it again. I voice recorded and sent the screen share. I'll do it again.
Oh, okay. I mean, you have sent this Vakarasya Dantostam Jiva Muliyasya.
सर्वमपि अस्ति इति अहं चिन्तयामि. अस्ति खलु? Have the other people have seen it or no?
I have not seen it.
No? Bhagya Modi, Rajshri Modi, have you seen it?
I have seen it. I thought it's there.
Okay, I'll forward it again. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Now we'll do the listening. The listening part. Aham vadami. I'll tell the story. Then somebody, maybe this time we'll have Bhagya Mahode. You just tell me what you understand of the story. Then we'll go to the sandhis. Last time we didn't do that. Okay.
Amade.
Uttamam. Ekanimsham. So just a listening component, because that is actually the most important part of Sanskritam. So listening. So adyatana kakshayaha katha tu simhaha iti nama. Simho himsraha pashurasti. Sotiva kruro vartate. Sa vyagran gajanapi nishudayate. Tesham mamsam cha bhakshayati. Parvatanam kandareshu sa sada nivasati. Sarveshu shvapadeshu sa shrestho balishthascha. Sarveshu shvapadeshu sa shrestho balishthascha. Ata eva tam mrigapatiriti vadanti. Etasmin nalekhye simha eko drishyate. Tasya samipam eka simhi dvau simha balakau cha upavishtaha santi. Mahodaya, do you want me to read it again, or do you think you have a gist? You don't have to do sentence by sentence. Do you think you have a gist of what it means?
Yeah, I think I got the gist. There is a lion living with his wife and 2 children.
Very good.
And it is the leader of that whole that place because it was eating elephant and other animals meat.
Yes.
So it was a very strong animal
Very
and a
good.
strong lion.
Very good. That is it. You Sankshepa Rupena Uttama Ritya Uktavati Bhavati.
There are 2 words I didn't get it. Swapadik something.
Shwapadeshu.
Shwapadeshu means that place. Is that what it means?
Shwapadeshu is Vaneshu. In the Vanam, he is considered the Mrigapati.
Shwapadeshu means okay.
Mrigapati.
And there is another word. I think second or third sentence. I wasn't sure what was the meaning of that.
Chintamastu. Now let's go into the Sandhi Vichedaha. You don't have to do. Let's quickly do. Just read through each sentence and we'll see what the Sandhi is. Tadrisham.
Okay.
So first Haraprasad Mahodaya, second Vijay Sundaram Mahodaya, third Hina Mahodaya, fourth Rajashri Mahodaya, fifth Bhagya Mahodaya, sixth Preeti Mahodaya. Oh, Sarvebhyo Janmashtami Subhashayaha. Shamita, aham vaktum.
Gokulashtami Shubhashayaha Mahodaya.
Dhanyavada.
Mahodaya, you said we need to Krishna Janmashtami Vakyam vadatu
we'll do that
iti.
after this. We'll do the Purna Pratyartha plus Sankhya Vakyam. Any one sentence, as simple or as complicated as you please. No problem. Just for practice. Okay. So let's go through one at a time. Haraprasad Mahodaya, Bhavan Arambam Karotu. Read the first sentence and we'll see where there is Sandhi. That's all. Which Sandhi and all, we don't care. Where there is Sandhi, we'll say.
Okay. Simho Himstraha Pashurasti.
So what do you think that is without Sandhi? How would you say it? What is the meaning of that statement?
Simha Himstraha.
Ah.
I don't know the meaning of that.
Himsraha means Bhayanakaha. I think. He's a like Preeti Mahodaya, exact meaning. It's not majestic. It is
Not himsa, very like him.
he's a violent animal.
Violent.
Yeah.
But
In
not
Hindi we
violent.
say hinsak.
More he's an overtly physical sort of he's one of those.
Hinsak. In Hindi we say hinsak. Yeah.
So can you tell me what that statement is without the Sandhi?
Okay.
What do you think?
Simha.
The Visarga has become an O. Uttama.
Oh, yeah. Simha. Himstraha.
No Sandhi. Normal word. Next word. Agrima padam.
Pashurasti.
What do you think that is? That is two padams there.
Pashuraha asti.
Pashuhu asti.
Pashuhu.
There the Visarga has changed into a Rephaha. So
we have not studied that.
Visargasya, there are 4 karyams that can happen with Visarga. One is it can become an O, which is what we saw, Simho. Another is it can become a Ra. Okay. This is Pashurasti. Pashuhu asti has become Pashurasti. The third one is it can become a Sa, Sha or Sha. Those are the 3. Otherwise, it can become Adarshanam, Lopaha. So there are 4 things. It can become one of the sibilants, it can become O, it can become a Ra, or it can disappear. Those are the 4 possibilities only. Okay.
But we have not studied any one of that.
No, but it is, you will, as you're reading Kathas, you'll see it so much that it's good to note it. That's all.
Okay.
It's not part of the Lataa syllabus. It's not part of the Parikya syllabus, but it is good to note it. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Now I have a question.
Wonderful.
Himstraha. Is it Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana?
Bhavaneva vadatu. Simhaha asti. Idrishaha simhaha.
Idrishaha simhaha. Himstraha.
It is an adjective. So if simha is in what vibhakti?
Simhaha is in Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana.
So what does himstraha have to be?
Same thing.
Same. Pashuhu also same.
Correct.
Both are adjectives of simha.
Okay. But I have a question. You said in the previous class that any pratipadikam plus a plus a sup pratyaya results in a sandhi. For example, you gave this example of guroho, which is Shashti Dvivachana. So that is made up of 2 components, Guru, which is the Pratipadikam, plus Aus, you said, which is the Subanta for 6-2. Okay, so when they come, so I thought under the impression, any one of these 21 forms of Subanta is a Sandhi.
Yes, but that is only when you go into the Panini Ashtadhyayi, we know the Prakriya, we know the formation. Right now, we don't even know all the Sujhavas, we don't know all of that. Correct? We are only looking at where? We are looking at the Sandhis between 2 Padams. The full Padams. Vibhakti Yukta Padam asti che. Or
Okay.
maybe if we can do samasta padams and break it up. That also we know the full pratipadikam, only then. But we are not going into when a tingantam is attached or a subantam is attached, what is the sandhi, because that is too high funda for us.
I understand.
But 100% you are correct. 100%.
Okay.
There is a prakriya, there is probably like more than 10 steps involved in that.
Correct.
That pratipadikam plus that that
Correct.
subantam ending, when they add it
Correct.
together, there is some prakriya, there is a formation. And in that
Correct.
formation, there is probably more than one sandhi.
Correct.
But we are not at the stage where we can understand it.
Okay. But in general, if it is one of the forms of this 21 or one of the forms of the 19 Tingantam,
18.
it is always results in a sandhi.
Cannot say that. Only if there is a varna vikara. And we don't know if there is a varna vikara or not, because we don't know the prakriya steps. Okay. So if it is just adding on an au and it becomes gurau, we don't know. It might be gur, we don't know what it is. Each step they will see whether there is sandhi or not and analyze. But we are not going into the prakriya. We are not going to the formation process. So let us not, inside a padam, within a vibhakti yukta padam, let us not go in and try to analyze whether sandhi has happened or not. We will assume that right now this padam is there as is, and maybe there was sandhi or not in the prakriya, in the formation, but we are not analyzing that. It probably, most probably was. Almost 100% there was, but we don't know. Does that make sense?
So if you ask us, tell us the words in this sentence which has sandhi, then what I said is correct.
What I am asking for is vibhakti yukta padam. For the full with the subanta padam with another subanta padam, where is the sandhi? Like we can do a thing of saying pashuhu asti. We can break that up. Pashuhu is a vibhakti, prathama vibhakti padam. Asti is a tinganta padam. It's a full word.
Yeah.
So we can break it up. But we are not going into pashuhu, how itself it was formed. We are not going to. That it was a pashu plus subanta and all, we are not going into. Does that make sense? We're talking about in Sambhashanam when we use a full vibhakti yukta padam or a tinganta padam. The completely formed word that we understand the meaning of, that has a vibhakti or a purusha vachana, like that. We are going into a full word. We are not breaking up. Even samasta padam I don't care about right now. Only full word. Okay?
Okay.
That has
full words means what?
That means it has to be a meaningful word. Pashu by itself is not a meaningful word. It is a pratipadikam. Pashuhu is a meaningful word because it is prathama vibhakti of pashu. It is saying that pashuhu asti. We can take a meaning from it. Nochet pashoho puchham asti. The animal's tail was there. Pashoho. We can get a meaning from it. Pashu by itself does not make sense in terms of
I understand that.
So we are only going with a full word, complete padam, a sadhu padam that can be used in a sentence.
Okay. So
we're not going into the prakriya. Definitely not, because I have no knowledge of it.
Yeah. Okay. So in the second sentence, may I proceed?
You can do one more. Do one more. Yes.
Okay. Sotiva. Ru. No. Yeah.
Kruro vartate.
Kruro vartate.
That is ka. Kruro.
Oh, it is ka.
It is an old print.
Oh, okay. Kruro vartate. Saha ativa. Kruraha vartate.
Bahu samyak. Very good. You don't know your Visaga Sandhi, but you did perfect Vichedam. Saha ativa kruraha vartate. Saha becomes so. So with ativa becomes so tiva kruraha vartate. We will study all of these later, but right now you understand already how to do the Vichedam. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Vijay Sundara Mahodaya, next one.
Sa vyakarana janati nishudayate.
Nishudayate ityukte Saha marayati. Nishudayate. Saha kan marayati.
Vyakrana Vyagran janapi.
Vyagran gajan api.
Okay. Vyagran gajanabi. Okay. Means it is the vegetable eating animals, something.
Vyagraha ityukte kim?
Oh, Vyagra is okay. Vyagra is
Tiger.
Tiger.
Vyagraha. This is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Vyagran.
Okay.
Saha kan nishudayate. Saha vyagran nishudayate. Gajan cha nishudayate. Gajan ityukte?
Gajan.
Gajaha. Gajaha, gajau, gajaha. Gajam, gajau, gajan. Gajaha ityukte?
Gajaha elephant.
So he eats tigers and elephants.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There, where is the sandhi? Saha. There the visarga has dropped. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now look at that next word. Vyagran, gajan, api. Is there a sandhi there? Has there been any change there?
Yes. I mean, Vyagran, api.
But has anything changed? Has anything at all changed? If you said the whole thing together. Vyagran, gajan, api. Has there anything changed? Varna vikaraha asti va?
Nasti.
Nasti, hello.
Yes.
It's just that it's being written together.
Yes.
So that Vyagran, gajan, api, even if we write it separately or we put it together, it means the same thing. So there is no sandhi karyam. There is no change. The only sandhi karyam that has happened here is the saha, the visarga has dropped.
Yes.
Okay? Uttama. Agre. Hina Mahodaya, bhavati karoti.
One question is...
Tesham.
Shamita. Mahodaya vadatu.
Nishu tayete means what do you mean?
Marayati.
Oh, marayati. Okay.
Mahodaya vadatu.
Tesham masam cha bhakshayati.
Mamsam.
Masam.
Mamsam.
Yeah, tesham masam cha bhakshayati. Means he was eating mass of Vyagran and Gajana.
Uttama. Next, can you do one more sentence because there was nothing
there? Parvata nam kandareshu sa sada nivasati. So no sandhi in this.
Asti. Ekam tu asti.
Niva.
Saha.
Saha. Yeah. Saha.
That saha has dropped the visarga.
Visarga, because it is Vyanjana.
What does it mean?
Means in the he was living in a
Sada nivasati.
Always he was living in Parvat mountains. Gufa, I think.
Caves. Very good.
Caves,
caves of the mountains.
Mountains, yeah.
Agrika?
Sarvesh.
Mahodaya. Hina Bhagini just said there is a Vyanjana and that is why the Visarga is dropping?
No, because this is a different rule with Saha and Eshaha. Only if the next one, the letter that is following in the next words is an akara, then it becomes an O. Otherwise, it can drop. It can drop for any other letter. Other than akara, it can drop for any. Don't worry about the rules. Don't worry about the rules right now. Right now, we are not worrying about what sandhikaryam has happened, whether it's correct or not. We will assume it is correct. We are only going to see if we can read it for ourselves. Okay? Because we are not planning on writing right now. So we don't need the rules right now. We're only reading. That's all.
Okay.
Agreka?
Sarveshu.
Shwapadeshu. There are not that many lines. So
Rajashri Mahodaya.
Rajashri Mahodaya.
Sarveshu Shwapadeshu sa sreshto balishtascha. So Sarveshu nothing Shwapadeshu sa sreshtaha balishtascha.
Uttamam. Saha, there is a visarga dropping there. Shreshtaha, balishtaha, cha. you'll find there is so much Visarga something happening everywhere in most of the kathas. It is good to know what the Visarga can become. Okay. It is one of the most common sandhis. You don't have to know the rules, but you have to know where it could have been. So you got it correctly. Shreshtaha, balishtaha, cha. There it became an okara. It became a shakara also. In balishtascha, it became a shakara also. So those are the two ways. And saha, it dropped also. 3 different visarga sandhis happening there. Okay? Uttama. What does it mean?
Shwapadeshu means ferocious.
Shwap. Oh, among all the ferocious animals, correct.
Among the ferocious
among the beasts of prey, iti. Sorry, not Vaneshu. Shwapadeshu is Shwapadeshaha is and beasts of prey. Does that make sense? Sorry, I made a mistake. Shwapadeshaha ityukte beast of prey. Shwapadeshu among the beasts of prey, among the violent animals. He is the most Shreshtaha. He is the most, he's the, how do you say Shreshtaha? The mightiest and Balishtaha, strongest. Cha.
Balavan.
Tadeva. Uttamam. Agre Bhagya Mahodeva.
Mahodaya.
Vadatu.
Ata evam, ata eva tam mrugapatiriti vadanti. Mrugapatihi iti visarga sandhi.
Samyak. There is another place also where visarga dropped.
Ataha.
Ataha eva
tam mrugapatihi iti.
Samyak. Uttamam. Agre. You say one more sentence, Mahodaya, then Preeti Mahodaya, you do the last one.
Okay. Etasmin naleke.
Samyak. There is an agama there. There is a extra nakara that has come. Etasmin alekye. Okay.
Etasmin alekye, etasmin naleke. Okay. Agamas. Okay.
There's an extra
Etasmin
nakara.
naleke. Simhaha. Simhaha eko drishyate. Ekaha drishyate. 2 visarga sandhi.
Very good.
This is na is agama.
Yes, this is when you put it apart, it is etasmin alekye. There's only one nakara at the end of the etasmin. When they come together, there is a double nakara there. Can you see?
Yeah, what is the name of the sandhi?
It is an agama. It is called Namuda agama.
Agama?
It is just an agama.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry about what it is. When you it is etasmin alekye. Alekye means the painting. Okay? The painting on this side. Can you see?
Oh, alekye means painting. Okay.
It is Saptami Vibhakti. Alekyam is a painting, the chitram. So, etasmin chitre iti. Does that make sense?
Then, yeah, dhanyavada Mahodaya.
Uttamam. Preeti Mahodaya, bhavati karoti.
Tasya samipeka simhi dvau simha balakau chopavishtaha santi. So tasya samipeka tatra sandhi nasti.
Samipam eka. Samyak sandhi nasti. Uttamam.
Samipam eka. Simhi dvau simha balakau cha upavishtaha.
Which sandhi there?
Upavishtaha guna sandhi. Plus u.
Samyak.
Guna sandhi.
Guna sandhi. The only place where we saw the swara sandhi happening. Cha upavishtaha chopavishtaha santi. Uttamam. The only place. Well, there was one more, but that one. Oh, where did it go? Sorry. I'm very sorry. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. That's funny things, huh? Okay. So this one, anybody have any question on the Simha Katha? Anybody have any questions on this?
Can you give the summary?
The summary is saying the Simha, this is some kid is writing an essay on a Simha. Okay. He's saying Simha is a violent animal. He's very harsh, cruel. He's not cruel. He's very violent. Simha himsaha Pashuhu asti. He is a very physical animal. He's very violent. He eats even elephants and tigers. Okay, he eats their flesh. He lives in the caves of the mountains. Among all the beasts of prey, he is considered the mightiest and strongest. That is why he is called the Mrigapati Raja. He is called the king of animals. In this painting that is here, it is saying there is one lion. Near him, there is also a lioness and 2 lion cubs.
Yes.
Sitting there. That is all this is saying.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
Did it make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Is this useful to do or not so useful?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's good exercise.
Good, so that at least we see how Sandhi happens in the real world sort of thing, and that we have that experience. That was the main point of it. Okay, let us quickly do one sentence with Purna Pratyanta and Sankhya. If you had Krishna in it, well and good. If you don't, it's okay. One at a time. Who wants to start?
Me?
Vadati.
Since you asked me Krishna, so is it okay if I say Krishna Ashtamaha Balakaha Asit?
Very good. Krishna Ashtamaha Balakaha Asit. What do you mean?
He is the 8th child.
Samyak. He was the 8th boy. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Tamam. Samyak. Agre, who wants to go next? Bhagya Mahodaya, vadatu.
पञ्चाङ्गरीत्या वदितुमिच्छामि महोदय। विक्रमसंवत्सरे श्रावणमासस्य कृष्णपक्षस्य 18 दिनाङ्के श्रीकृष्णजयन्ती उत्सवः भारतदेशे वैभवेन आर्चयते महोदय।
आचरयन्ति
आचर्यते will work. Jayanti आचर्यते. You are doing in Karmani Prayoga. Acharyate.
Acharyate. Okay.
It is celebrated. Iti you are doing in Karmani.
Acharyate. Okay.
Janaha acharanti. You can say. Shri Krishna Jayantim acharanti. Iti vaktum shaknumah.
Krishna Jayantim भारतदेशे जनाः वैभवेन आचरन्ति.
Samyak. You did it in Katkari. Very good.
And then that is Purna Pratyaya, right? Ashtadashade. Okay. And then Aham Shukravasare Pratakale Saptavadane Krishna Jayanti Mahotsavam Acharami.
Bahu Samyak. Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. Krishnaha api bahu samyak. Uttamam. Agre. Haraprasad Mahodaya, Bhavan vadatu. Haraprasad Mahodaya, Bhavan vadatu.
Is it difficult to follow Bhagya Mahodaya? But Aham Panchabihi Mahilabihi Apanam Gachami.
Panchabihi Mahilabihi Saha Apanam Gachami. Uttamam.
Okay.
I went with Panchabihi. Panchabihi. Samyak. You went with 5 women to the market.
Why Panchabihi?
Bhavaneva Krishnaha. Gopikabhi saha Bhavaneva Gatavan.
What to do? It is my prestige.
Exactly.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. All right. Then अद्यः अद्य एकविंशतितम आगस्ट् मासे
अद्य आगस्ट् मासस्य एकविंशतितमं दिनम् अस्ति दिनाङ्कः एकविंशतितमः दिनाङ्कः उत्तमं बहु सम्यक् उत्तमं नेक्स्ट who we have three more people Hina Mahoday, Preeti Mahoday and Rajshri Mahoday. Who wants to go?
I will speak. Ashtadasha दश गोपिकासु षष्ठी गोपिका कृष्णाय घटे मधुरम दधि आनयति.
You are saying among 18 gopikas, the sixth gopika
कृष्णाय घटे मधुरम दधि आनयति.
मधुरम दधिं च आनयति. बहु सम्यक्.
दधिं च.
So you have to say ashtadashah is ashtadasham is the number. So you have to say ashtadashishu. Or is it going to tell me, is it going to be bahuvachanantam or ekavachanantam? Bahuvachanantam. So ashtadasheshu gopikasu.
अष्टादशेषु. Sorry.
Dasheshu or dashasu?
अष्टादशेषु, no?
But
dasha, no, go. Dashasu.
Ashtadashasu gopikasu.
Shashti gopika.
Shashti gopika, samyak. Everything else.
कृष्णाय घटे मधुरम दधिं च आनयति.
बहु सम्यक्. उत्तमं. बहु उत्तमं. Very nice.
One more.
Tell.
एकविंशति मेन मित्रेण सह कृष्ण यमुना तटे क्रीडति स्म.
So you want to say along with 21 friends, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So mitraihi saha iti agacchati tatra.
मित्रैः, sorry.
मित्रैः सह. Now ekavimshati will be ekavachanantam or bahuvachanantam? You said it
बहुवचनान्त.
Ekavachanantam. Everything after
एकविंशति.
Ekavimshati. And it is going to be Strilinga or Pullinga?
Napusakling, no, Napusakling. Mitra.
But Vimshati will be always Strilinga.
Always. Yeah.
So, how will you go Strilinga? Ekavimshati and in Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Yeah. एकविंशत्या.
एकविंशत्या.
मित्रैः सह कृष्ण यमुना तटे क्रीडति स्म.
Very nice. Very difficult. Very nice. Beautifully done. Okay.
So I made a mistake here.
But that is why we are doing this exercise. Because these Purana Pratyantas, they're very confusing because of the ending changes. You have to be careful. Is it Ekavachanantam? Is it Strilingam? What is it? You have to be careful. Does that make sense? So very good. Sankhya Vachakam especially is hard. With the Purana Pratyantas, it is easier. Sankhya Vachakam is harder. Very nice.
Yes. And it's confusing both.
It is. You have to break it down. You want 21. First you go Mitraihi Saha Kriditavan. Mitraihi Saha Kridati Sma. Good. That was good. Now you are going to Ekavimshati. So it has to be Strilinga. Ekavachanantam. And Tritiya Vibhakti. So Vimshati, Vimshatya. So Ekavimshatya Mitraihi Saha Kridati Sma. Iti Karaniya.
One more I can say.
Vadatu.
Krishnasya कृष्णस्य एकविंशतिषु मित्रेषु षष्ठं मित्रं रुष्टम् अस्ति.
षष्ठं मित्रं correct. Now again you are doing mitreshu, correct. You are doing ekavimshati. Now again it has to be ekavachana, strilinga, saptami vibhakti. Tell me what it will be.
एकविंशत्यां.
Samyak. Ekavimshatyam mitreshu. Yes. Preeti Mahodaya, you're looking
Mitreshu.
am I saying something silly? Correct only? Okay, because I can make a mistake. You all are in charge of making sure I don't.
I am just opening the Koshtakam in my brain. That's how I look when
No, it is
when
confusing.
I'm deeply opening the Koshtakam in my head. That's how I look. Not you.
Okay. But I'm correct, right? It is Vimshati has to be Strilingam, Ekavachanantam, always, correct? For Sankhya Vachaka. Vimshati and above.
Right.
What I have forgotten, I think. I have to
Okay,
check.
go back and
That's why I
study.
was like,
Pariksha
that
is
is
coming
correct.
now. Next week, Pariksha is coming, everybody. Very good. So remember, up to Vimshati, you will use for Bahuvachanantam after 3, 4, 5 onwards, it is Bahuvachanantam. Okay. After Vimshati, it is Ekavachanantam, Strilingam. Okay. Strilingam. So Vimshati will be Nadi Shabdavat. Trimshat, all those takara ending words will be Sarit Shabdavat.
Sarita.
Very good.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful. It is not easy. No one said it's easy. Sankhya Vachaka, there is the confusion. With Purana Pratyantas, it is easier actually. For Vimshati onwards, you are adding the Tami, Tamam, the Tamaha, Tami, Tamam. And then you follow Akaranta, Ikaranta, and Akaranta. Easy enough. For everything below, you have to be a little bit careful. For Dasha onwards, it's Dashamahava. My God, I'm lost also. Help me, someone. For 10th, what do we say? Dashami only, no?
Dashami.
See, Dashami, we add the Makara. But after that, Ekadashaha, we don't add the Makara. From Ekadasha to 19. What is 19?
Ekonavinchati.
No, don't go Ekonavinchati. There you'll add the Tamaha, Tami, Tamam.
Navadasha.
Navadashi, Navadasham.
Yeah.
And from 1st to 10th, you have to be careful of Shashtaha. That is the only one you have to be careful of. Everything else, they're okay.
And then we need to think about Chaturthi also, Mahodaya.
Yes. But you know that
Chaturthi
is
Strilinga.
Chaturthi is coming, so we can remember.
Yeah.
Chaturthi. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. We have Preeti Mahodaya and Rajashri Mahodaya. Who wants to go? On the spot. Spotlight.
I can go.
Go.
Vayam Krishnasya Janmadinam Ashwini Masasya Ashtamyam Tithyam Acharamaha.
Samyak.
Aham Nava Phalani Naivedyartham Arpitavati.
Bahu Samyak. Very nice. Very nice. Mahodaya. Rajashri Mahodaya Bhavati Vadatu.
विष्णोः अष्टमे अवतारः कृष्णः तस्य जीवनकाले
एकनिमिषं विष्णोः
अष्टमे अवतारः
वा
what will be
अवतारः तस्य विशेषणमस्ति so अष्टमः
अष्टमः
I understand you wanted to go saptami vibhakti don't go avatarah
अष्टमः अवतारः okay.
Because the Purana Pratyantas and Sankhya Vachaka Shabdas are all Visheshananis. So you always have to see what is it the adjective of. Avataraha. Samyak. Uttam. Agre gachatu.
Vishnoho Ashtamah Avataraha Krishnaha Tasya Jivana Kale Upa Ashtadasha Asuran Maritavan.
Oh, very nice. Close to.
Ashtadasha.
Asuran Maritavan. Kati Asuran. It is Sankhya Vachaka.
Yeah, 18.
So Upa Ashtadashan.
No, but it will be Pancha only it comes, na? Second. Dvitiya also comes as Pancha, right?
For Pancha is correct, but Ashtadasha also is Ashtadasha only. Yeah? Very good. Very, very good. I also don't know. Wait, let's go into that.
Yeah, I think it is. If
I think it's the same.
Ashtadasha only. Correct.
Ashtadasha only.
Yes, you're right. let's go into Sanskrit Abhyas. Ashtadasha. Thank you. I will fail my own test. Ashtadasha. Let's check. Ashtadashan. Trilingeshu Samanam. That only, no? Yes. You are right. You are absolutely correct. Dhanyavadaha. Okay, everybody, please make notes. It's not, hopefully it's not only me who got confused.
So it will be Ashtadashan.
No, Ashtadasha. She said it perfectly. Dhanyavadaha, Mahodaya. Thank you for bringing that. So Ashtadasha. Can you repeat that sentence one time, Mahodaya? Mahodaya.
तस्य जीवनकाले उप अष्टादश असुरान् मारितवान्.
बहु सम्यक्, उत्तमम्. Okay, so be careful with Ditya Vibhakti. Okay, Kanchan Mahodaya, namaste. Bhavati vadati va?
No, Mahodaya, कण्ठवेदना अस्ति.
Oh no, चिन्ता नास्तु. Hopefully शीघ्रमेव सम्यक् भवति.
केवलं शृणोमि, केवलं शृणोमि.
चिन्ता मास्तु. अग्रे गच्छामः. इदानीं गतकक्षायां वयं किं कृतवन्तः, किं पठितवन्तः? किं कार्यं? गुणसन्धिः. गुणसन्धिः. वयं इदानीं पर्यन्तं वयं किं कृतवन्तः? स्वरसन्धेः मध्ये किं कृतवन्तः? सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि, गुणसन्धि खलु? सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि इत्युक्ते किं? तत्र किं कार्यं भवति? एकादेशः भवति. तत्र प्रथमपदस्य अन्ते किं भवति? अग्रिमपदस्य आदौ किं भवति? तत्र नियमः कः?
Avarna will become A.
प्रथमपदस्य अन्ते यदि अकारः ह्रस्व नो चेत् दीर्घः द्वयमपि किमपि एकम् आगच्छति चेत् द्वितीयपदस्य आदौ अकारः नो चेत् आकारः आगच्छति चेत् द्वयोः मेलनसमये आकारः इति भवति. समानरीत्या इकारः ईकारः ई इति भवति. किमपि स्वरः तादृशं. सो अकारः इकारः उकारः तदनन्तरं ऋकारः अपि तादृशमेव भवति. लकारः मध्ये किं भवति? दीर्घलकारः भवति वा?
Lukarah will be the same as Rukaraha. So it will be
because there is no dirgha version of the likarah. So likarah madhya melanena tatra rkarah eva bhavati. Avagatam khalu? So tatra savarna dirgha sandhi abhavat. Guna sandhi madhya kim abhavat? Guna. I made a mistake when I was telling about the guna. Bhagya Mahodaya, you asked. I said the guna aksharani are akarah, hrasva akarah. Then it was ekarah and okarah. Khalu. Ekarah, okarah, correct. I said I don't know why akarah is there because it doesn't matter whether it's a or a. When it meets with e, it becomes a. Correct? That is not. It is not the first one that matters. Akarah is considered a guna aksharam because when akaraha or akara meets with r, it becomes ar. That is hrasva akaraha. So that is why it is considered a guna aksharam. Same, if a or a meets with likaraha, it becomes al. That hrasva akaraha again there. That is why it is called a guna akshara. The gunas are the adeshas. Eka nimsham, I have to shout at my family. Just 1 minute. Excuse me, you're in the wrong spot. They can hear everything you're saying. I know, can you move somewhere else? It is pure basic respect for class environment. Can you move? Thank you. Shamita. So, the adesha can be a, o or a. But it is r or al. Okay. So, the gunaksharas are the adeshas. Does that make sense? Have I cleared it up?
Then why doesn't the slide show? It doesn't show that.
Because it is an extra added in by me.
I'm sorry?
It is an extra thing that I have given you. So it is not in the slide. It is just an extra information. Because it helps me remember when it is Gunasandhi. Because I remember based off the names that the names are the Adeshas. That it is the ending. So I always was getting confused why akara is coming. I always was thinking that it was in the before, but guna is the adesha. So it is actually what is coming in the end. So akara is also coming in the end in the ar or the al.
I'm not following it at all.
Okay, let me repeat myself. The name of the sandhi karyam is based on what is the end, what is the adesha. So savarna dirgha sandhi, the dirgha is the adesha, the lengthy one.
Correct.
Same
Correct.
guna sandhi, the guna aksharas are the adesha.
Okay.
So the guna aksharas are what? A, O or A.
Okay.
Hrasva A. Hrasva A, why?
Okay.
Because ar or al. When you are
Okay.
meeting a or a meets with r, it becomes ar.
Okay. Okay.
When a or a meets with l, it becomes al. So in the
Okay.
adesha, in the end, you get the hrasva
Okay.
akara. So the gunaksharas in Panini, he says he defines 3 letters as guna aksharas. The 3 guna aksharas are A, O, and hrasva akara, not dirgha akara. Hrasva akara.
Mhm.
Okay? Because it is part of the adesha. It is part of the end. The ending thing that comes and takes the spot of the original. Does that make sense now?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. I had said there is something called gunaksharas and there is something called vriddhi aksharas. Do you remember? Yes. So the vriddhi aksharas are the stronger version of the gunaksharas. Vriddhi, they've grown. They're the stronger version. So A has now become I. O has now become O. Au. O has become Au. A has become A. So in the adesha of vriddhi sandhi, we will have I, Au or Ar, Al. Okay. Does that make sense? So once you know the sandhi name, you can immediately understand what has taken the spot. What is the ending? Okay, that is the reason for explaining this. If it's getting you confused, don't worry about it. Go based off of the slides, whatever you see. Not a problem. It's just an easy method to remember. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. So let me share the screen and we will go. Here. Okay. So Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, Vriddhi Sandhi. We will do the first 3 today. We'll finish the first 3. So Savarna Dirgha Sandhi we saw. When A, it meets with A, it becomes A. This is Kanthasthanam. E with E becomes Dirgha, E. Ichu Yashanam Talu Sthanam. U plus U becomes Dirgha, U. Osthasthanam. L plus L becomes R. Murdha. Very good. Murdha. Ritu Rashana Murdha. Uttamam. Now, Guna Sandhi. Whether it is Hrasvakara or Dirghakara, what is important is that the Purva Varnaha, Prathama Padasya Ante, Akaraha nochet Akaraha Bhavitavyam. Dvitiya Shabdasya Adau, Ikaraha Agachati Chet, Akaraha Akaraha nochet Ikaraha Ikara Melana Saminge, Ekaraha iti Gunaksharam Agachati. Avagatam Kalu? Gunaksharam agachati. Tadeva ekadeshaha. It takes the place of both. Both go away. One comes in the spot. That's why ekadeshaha. Shatrutvam adeshaha. Guna iti agachati. A plus u. Both go. And o comes in the spot. Why? Because a is akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha. U iti osthau. Tadanantram a o iti Odautoho Kanthostham. Kantha plus Ostham.
Okay.
The guna of Kantha plus Ostham takes its place. Not the Vriddhi version, the guna version, because this is Guna Sandhi. Okay. Then again Kantha plus Murdha will become Ar.
Kanta Murdha.
Okay. Kantha plus Murdha because Ritu Rashanam. The repha is also considered murdha. So A is the kantha, Ra is the murdha, and you meet them and they become Ar. Okay, that's how it meets. Then Al, it meets up A plus A plus L. Yes, you can eat. Will become Al. Okay, that's all it is. You will see more of A and O. You will see some versions of Ar and Al. Ar you'll see, Maharshi, all that you'll see. Okay, but you will see very much more of A and O, these guna letters more. Okay, that is guna sandhi. Does anyone have any confusion about guna sandhi? Or are we okay to move on? Shall we move on? Agre gachamaha? Uttamam. Okay. Adyatu vriddhi sandhihi iti pathamaha. Vriddhi sandhihi ityukte kim? I will go with the udaharanam first. Eka nimisham. Vriddhi sandhihi. Vriddhi. We said no, the vriddhi letters are what? What are the vriddhi letters?
A, I, O.
Very good. A, I, and Au. So we should only see those in the Adesha. Okay. So when A plus A or A with A meet up, then I happens. Does that make sense? A is already a guna letter. So then it becomes a stronger version of itself. Why? Because A is kantha. A is already kantha. A daitoho kantha talu. So it has to stay in kantha talu. But it has to become a stronger version of itself. So it becomes I. Does that make sense? Yes. So A daitoho kantha talu. So it's still in kantha talu. The utpanna sthanam hasn't changed. Still kantha talu. It's just a stronger version. So adya plus eva. This you'll see a lot of. Adya plus eva. Akara. Adya iti padyasya ante akaraha asti. Hrasva akaraha. Eva iti padasya adau ekaraha asti. Akaraha ekaraha. Melana samaye aikaraha. So adya aiva. Adyaiva iti bhavati. Adya eva adyaiva. Avagatam va? Does that make sense? Both the akaraha and ekaraha have to become I. So you say adya aiva iti tatra.
Is it in the slide or
It is in the slide.
Okay.
This is from the slide. Only that name of the letters is not in the slide. Everything else is from the slide. I'll go in and add that also if necessary. No problem. I'll put that also.
Yeah, that will be helpful.
I'll put it. I'll put it into the Vriddhi Sandhi and the Guna Sandhi slides. No problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cha plus enam. What will happen? Cha plus enam. Chakara. Akara. Ekara. So akara plus ekara will become?
I.
Aikara.
So what will this sound like
Aikara.
in the end?
Chainam.
Chainam. Very good. This is not China. Okay. That is cha plus enam. Enam is what? Enam is etat. Etat shabdah. Cha enam and this iti tatra. Okay. Tadeva. Etam enam. There are vikalpa rupam of etam. Okay. A plus I. Again is I. Why? Okay. Ashta plus Aishwaryam. So this is, it doesn't matter whether it is A or I. When you're adding Rasva Akara or Dirgha Akara plus one of the Kantha Talu, A or I, you will end up with the Vriddhi version of the Kantha Talu, I. Okay.
Okay.
Ashta Akara. Ante Rasva Akara hasti.
Yeah.
Adau Dirgha Aikara. So A plus I will become I only. It will stay I. There also it is called Ekadeshaha. It is not just the Akara is going. Akara and Aikara both go away and the Aikara takes its spot. It is still Ekadeshaha Sandhi only. Okay?
Okay.
Sandhi Karyam. So, Ashtaishwaryam. Okay? So, the question will arise. How do I tell whether, when I do the Sandhi Bichedam, whether there was an Ekara or Aikara before? Can I tell you, half the time when I do the Sandhi Bichedam, even I make full mistakes. It is purely through Abhyasa and vocab knowledge that you will know what the correct word should have been. So, without any sankocham, you keep trying. You make mistakes. As you make mistakes and correct yourself, you will know what is the right word. Okay, that is the only way to go forward with this. So, Maha plus Aishwaryam. There also, remember I said Maha is Mahat Shabdaha. When you do Sandhi, that Takara goes away. It's actually, they use Mahan, that Nakara goes away, and Maha is always used in Sandhi for Samasta Padams. You just have to remember that. Maha. It comes from Mahat. When they do compound words, it becomes Maha. There is a niyama for that. You don't have to go into why. That is how it is. It is so. Okay, go with that.
Mahodaya,
Huh.
in the one of the I think 2 classes before, you use the word swadhi. Do you?
No, I don't remember.
And
Tell me, continue.
And there was some discussion whether should it be a hasva ikara or dirgha ikara. And then you said it is a dirgha ikara, swadhi. Do you remember?
I can't remember anything, but
Okay.
it is in the, you're saying in 2 classes before, it was in the slides, is it?
Yeah, correct. And I thought it should be, because it was a padacheda, and again, I thought it should be a single ikara, I mean, hasva ikara.
I might have been wrong because it is all vocab knowledge. You have to know whether the pratipadikam initially was a dirgha or a hasva. My vocabulary knowledge is much less compared to quite a few other people. So it is entirely possible I was wrong.
No, because in Kannada, we don't use a dirgha ikara. So I'm going by that rule.
No, sometimes you can use like this one, Maha plus Aishwaryam. If you look at it, it becomes Maheshwaryam. So when you do Padachedam, it will become Maha Aishwaryam. You'll be confused. Is it Maha Aishwaryam? Is it Maha Aishwaryam? Is it Maha Aishwaryam? Is it Maha Aishwaryam? You don't know what it is. You have to decide based on the knowledge of vocab. Well, we know it has to be Maha. So we know that it has to be a Dirgha A. And we know Aishwaryam is the correct word. It is not Aishwaryam. There is no such word. So we know it is A plus I has become I here. But with some words, when you do Padavichedam, you don't know what the correct Pratipadikam is because you have not seen it much before. So there we have to go back to the koshas. Okay? So you go back to the kosha and you check. Is there a Pratipadikam like this? Is there no Pratipadikam like this? And you check. That's all we have to do at this point.
Got it. Yeah. Dhanyavadaha.
Chintamasti. So agre gachamaha. Next, same thing. Now we are doing Odau Toho Kanthostham. So akaraha kantaha okaraha oshtham. Oshthav asti. So tatra kanthoshthav au iti vriddhi. Vriddhi rupam agachati tatra. So tatra uttama odanam. Tatra akara okara melana samaye kim bhavati?
Au.
Au. So tatra ante kim padam? Yadi ekameva padam upayujya vaktavyam tatra?
Uttamaudavam.
Uttamaudanam iti bhavati. Tatra shatrutvam bhavati. Akara, aukara, okara. Dvayamapi gacchataha ekameva agacchati tatra. Au iti. Uttam audanam. Uttamaudanam iti bhavati tatra.
So this is Ekadesha.
Ekadeshaha. All of these Swarasandhis that we are doing in the beginning are all Ekadesha. I will tell you clearly where we stop doing Ekadesha. Okay? But first, this Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, Guna Sandhi, Vriddhi Sandhi. All of these are Ekadesha. Okay?
So Uttamaudanam means what? Good rice?
Yes. Uttamaudanam.
Okay.
Give me good rice. I don't want bad rice. Okay? Vana Oshadhihi. Now this is again a very easy spot to get confused. We want to say Aushadham. Oshadhihi is O. Okay, it is still it is a dirgha letter, but it is O. It is not Au. It is the guna O. So Vana Oshadhihi will become what? Hina Mahodaya, what will it become?
Vanaushadhi.
Vanaushadhihi. Uttamam. Akara okara melanena Au iti bhavati. Shatrutvam. Dvayamapi gacchataha. Aksharau gacchataha. Au iti eva bhavati tatra.
Bhavati. Okay.
A plus au api. Even if the vriddhi itself comes, adeshaha to vidriddhi eva bhavati. Okay. So here a plus au api tatra api au iti eva ekadeshaha bhavati. So udara aushadham. Vijay Sundaram Mahodaya, tatra kim bhavati?
उत्तरोषणं
Udaraushadham. Udaraushadham. Uttamam. So tatra udar akarah asti. Udara iti padasya ante akarah bhavati. Aushadam iti tvitiya padasya adau au iti bhavati. Akara aukarana. Aukara melana samaye au iti ekadeshah bhavati. So udaraushadham ityukte kim? Udaram iti stomach. Aushadham iti medicine. So stomach, medicine for the stomach. Atra nityam asti va vikalpena bhavati va? Bhagya Mahodaya bhavati vadatu.
Is Nitya Mahodaya.
Uttamam. Kimartham?
Because Udara is Pratipadikam, right?
Samyak. Samyak. Udara iti pratipadikam asti. Tatra vibhakti rahitam asti. Vibhakti nasti. Subantam nasti tatra. So tatra udara aushadam nitya sandhi karyam bhutavyam eva. It has to be used with sandhi only. You cannot say udara aushadam. You have to say udara aushadam. Uttamam. Tava audaryam. Tava audaryam. Rajashri Mahodaya tatra kim bhavati?
Tavaudaryam.
Tatra nityam va vikalpena va?
Vikalpena.
Uttamam. Kimartham?
Tava iti, it is a Purana padaha asti.
Sampurna padam eva asti. Tatra subanta vibhakti yukta padam asti. Tatra pratipadikam kim Mahodaya?
Tad shabdam.
Tadva.
No, Yushmat shabdam.
Samyak. Uttamam.
Dakaranta Yushmat shabdam.
Uttamam. Dakaranta yushmat shabdah. Tatra shashti vibhakti.
Shashti vibhakti.
Bahu samyak. Uttamam. So tavaudaryam. Uttamam. Bahu samyak. So there is a koshtakam there for the formula. Now this is missing out that R and Al. I'll bring in those examples another time. It is there in the Sandhi Pustakam. I'll bring it in next time. Okay. It's not very easily seen. R and Al are not seen. I told you, Vriddhi letter, there is A also. That is because when R or L is added, then it becomes R, not R. When R or Al it becomes R and Al. Don't worry about that right now. I'll bring the examples later. So for now, leave out the when you add R and L. Okay. We'll do that next time. Okay. Abhyasam kurmaha. We'll go in the same order. Har Prasad Mahodaya Prathamam Karotu Anantaram Vijay Sundaram Mahodaya. Sandhim Karaniyam. Idanim Sandhi Karyam Karaniyam. Padadvayam astu. Please tell me whether it is Nityam or Vikalpam also. Pathatu Mahodaya.
Okay. Jena plus Ekata. It is Jan plus A plus A. A plus A is a Gunasandhi.
Gunava. Chintayatu. Already Gunaksharam asti.
Gunakshara is A, right? It is I-A. O.
I. You want to keep the same sthanam. A is Kantha Talu. But if you go Au, you're adding in the lips.
Okay, so it should be same sthana. I and A.
What is the stronger version?
I.
Good. So Vriddhi Sandhi, not Guna Sandhi.
Oh yeah, correct. Vriddhi Sandhi. Yeah.
Tell me what the final version is.
Janai Kata.
Samya, Janai Kata. Atra Nityam va Vikalpena va?
It is compulsory. It's Nityam.
Samyak. Kimartham? Kimartham?
Kimartham, because we have Jana is a Pratipadikam.
Bahu samyak. Uttam.
Yeah.
Uttam. Vijayasundara Mahoday Bhavan karotu.
Indra Airavatah.
Airavatah.
अच्छा इंद्र ऐरावतः ओके इंद्र आ plus
A plus I becomes
o au.
Remember, Kantha Talu can't move to Oshthav.
Airau.
I eva. A plus I stays as I. It is already the strongest version. You can't become stronger, no.
Okay.
You can become A is the easier version, is the Guna version. Vriddhi, the stronger version is I. So it stays as I. It stays the strongest version.
Okay.
Just tell me the final padam.
Indrai Ravatah.
Indrairavata. Indrairavata.
Indrairavata, yes.
Airavata is Indra's elephant, no? I think.
Yes.
So this is Indrasya Airavata. But they've dropped the Indrasya. They've used Indra Pratipadikam. So is this Nityam or Vikalpena? Atra Sandhikaryam.
It could be Vikalpa.
Because there is no, is Indra Pratipadikam or is it a Vibhakti Yukta Padam?
Indra is Pratipadikam.
Then it is Nityam.
Oh, okay.
If there is no Vibhakti ending, then it is Nityam. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Agre. Ina Mahade Bhavati Karotu.
Bala plus Eka. Balaika.
Samyak. Balaika.
A plus A will be Vriddhi Sandhi and it will be Aika. So Bala Aika. Balaika.
Nityam va Vikalpena va?
It is Bala, it is Vikalpa because Bala is Pratipadikam. No,
it is also Vibhakti Yukta Padam, nahi?
Vibhakti Yut, yeah, Vibhakti Yut.
Bala iti Pratipadikam api asti, parantu Prathama Vibhaktyam api Bala eva khalu.
Bala eva asti.
So it depends on the context.
Yeah.
Context based. But for us, when we say Eka Bala Asit, we can say that Balaika Asit iti Vaktum Shaknumaha. So it can be Vikalpa.
Okay, it is Vikalpa. Okay.
Vikalpena. Uttam. Agre ka? Kaha? Kshamita? Vadatu.
Rajashri.
Dhara Aikyam. Dharaikyam.
Samyak.
Dhara, I think, is Vibhakti Yukta Padam. So it is Vikalpena.
You are correct. But think of what that Padam is stating. That is stating Dhara Yaha Aikyam iti. Tatra. Does that make sense? There should be Shashti Vibhakti there. What does Dhara mean? What does Aikyam mean? Aikyam means focus.
Yeah, focus means Aikyam means they join together like that.
So it is actually using the Pratipadikam there.
Okay.
Dhara is wife.
Dhara Yaha Aikyam. She has like one track mind sort of Aikyam iti. So her iti tatra Shashti Vibhakti usually is used. But you're right, with Akara Shabdaha, it is very difficult to note whether it is Vikalpam or it is this thing. The one way you can tell is Aikyam is this thing, no? It is a Napumsakalinga Shabdaha.
Okay.
Are you using it as a Visheshanam or are you using it as a relationship, hers, belonging to her?
Okay, I was thinking of Dhara as, a flow. Flow of,
yeah, even I was used. I thought of flowing Dhara.
Do Dhara Abhishekam for Shiva and all. Dhara. That's a flow.
Flow means they two flows made together like that.
Water or something like that. I don't know.
Aikyam, togetherness. Okay. So then let's leave it as context. If it is Dhara Yaha Aikyam, there we have to use it is Nityam. But if it is Visheshanam form, then it will be Vikalpena. Let's leave it like that. We don't know what it means right now.
If it is Visheshanam Vikalpena, why? I didn't get it.
If it is Visheshanam, then you will use Aikyam Dhara iti. There, because aikyam you're using as a nitya napumsakalinga word, right? It can't change the lingam over there. Aikyam itself is the bhava. Okay, we are confusing things here. Dhara is a strilinga shabda. It is a nitya strilinga shabda. Aikyam is a nitya napumsakalinga shabda. If we are putting aikyam as an adjective for dhara, then you will use dhara aikyam. And there is no change to dhara. There it will be vikalpena. Okay, dharaikyam. You can say dhara aikyam or dharaikyam. But if you are saying that it is dhara's aikyam, then it is dharayaha aikyam. And there you've dropped the dharayaha. It's only dhara. You've used the pratipadikam. If you're using it as the pratipadikam version, then it is nityam. Does that make sense? Am I confused?
Yeah, I get it. Just one thing, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. When we use Visheshana, Visheshyam, and Dhara is the Visheshanam, does it have to be in the same gender as the Visheshyam?
It does, except when you have a Nitya Linga Padam.
Oh,
like some words come in all three genders. There you have to make it into the right gender and use it together. But Aikyam itself is Nitya Napumsakalingam. Dhara is Nitya Strilingam. So there you have to use it as is. You can't change it.
Okay, I was getting confused there. Okay, then I get it. Okay.
That's all.
This dhara padam, it doesn't say anywhere that it means wife. Actually, it only says stream, current of water, shower, or continuous line like that.
I think we are getting confused with the daraha.
I think in different language it might mean, but not
correct.
in Sanskritam. It doesn't say anywhere that it's wife.
Okay, so then we are talking about aikyam. The aikyam is bhava of ekatvam. Singular. It's the singular word. The Shamita, I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. Where did it go? Okay. So let us just leave it like this. If it is used as a pratipadikam version, then it is going to be nityam. If it is vibhakti rahitam, if it is used in shashti vibhakti form, then it is vikalpam. Okay. We currently don't know because we don't have a context to base it off. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let's leave it like that. Let's not go further.
महोदय एकनिमिषं यदा धारा ऐक्यम् अस्ति धारा, if we say the flow, then also it will be the flow of the water, so still it will come as shashti vibhakti.
No, flow of the yes, correct, dharayaha aikyam. There I don't want to okay, because you can say it is you can be used as an adjective form, right? The singular flow iti tadrisham, because I don't know what the sentence uses. So let's just currently leave it as if it is visheshana visheshya bhava, it is going to be vikalpena. If it is used in vibhakti, shashti vibhakti as a relationship, then it is nityam. Shall we just leave it there for now? If anybody can bring it in terms of a sentence, then it will make more sense.
Yeah, Mahoday, Govind here. Govind here.
Vadatu Mahoday.
Ahamapi chintayami tatra shashti vibhakti eva, because if we think like dhara yaha aikyam, we have Ganga and Jamuna, Saraswati aikyam, right? So Ganga's dhara and Yamuna dhara tatra aikyam bhavati.
Dharanam aikyam, okay, dharayoho aikyam, samyak eva. I'm also thinking the same thing, but because I don't know if it can be used as a visheshanam also, because it might be the case. Let's just leave it at this point in time. If it is used in visheshanam form, it is vikalpam. If it is used with shashti vibhakti, it is nityam. We'll leave it like that.
Mahoday, just quickly, I'm reading something. Dara is a masculine pratipadika. It's a hasvada. Dara is a wife.
That is rasvada. That is daraha. It is in a nitya bahuvachananta shabda. Daraha iti. It is used as a spouse. But it has to be used nitya bahuvachananta from what I remember.
Okay.
So,
I'm just.
I think
okay.
it is an Pratipadikam only, Dhara.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a Haswada, and the book
That
says
is a different word altogether, Mahodaya. That is talking about spouse. You're correct. This is dhara as in flow they're talking about.
Okay. Please continue.
Okay. Let's not go into further into this. We'll say if it is if it is used as a pratipadikam, it is nityam. If it is not used as a pratipadikam, if it is a full word, it is vikalpena. Okay. That's
I have one sentence like does it make sense? I don't know. Nadyaha dhara aikyam darshayati. Can you say it like that?
That can be like chitre. Ekam chitram asti. That's why even I was. That's why even I am concerned that
so there it is prathama, right?
Yes,
like, I mean,
there it is vishesha visheshana. So there it can be vikalpena. Dharaikyam asti.
So you don't have to use it shashti all the time.
No, that's why.
Dhara aikyam darshayati. Like that also we can say.
Chitrakaraha chitre nadyaha dharaikyam pradarshayati iti. That's why even I'm thinking it can be correct, but I'm not entirely sure. So we'll leave it. If it is used pratipadikam, it is nityam. If it is used with as dhara, as prathama vibhakti, it is vikalpena. Moving ahead. Okay. Danta aushadham. Who's next?
Aham. Danta प्रथमपदस्य अन्ते अकारः अस्ति परपदस्य औकारः दन्तौषधम् इस् नित्यं महोदय दन्त इस् प्रातिपदिकम्
Very nice. This was a simple word. That akaranta words are always a little confusing. So anyway, but not this one. Preeti Mahoday.
Maha plus aushadhihi. So mahaushadhihi.
Nityam va vikalpena.
अत्र विकल्पेन भवति महान् औषधिः
परन्तु महा औषधिः अस्ति चेत्
महा इत्युक्ते
नित्यमेव you cannot say it separately.
You cannot say maha
aushadhihi. You have to say mahaushadhihi because maha aushadhihi, it is a samasta padam. You have to use it. If you see maha anywhere, that is the case. Okay, next. That is why, when you have people whose names are Maheshwari and all that, and you call them Maha, it is actually wrong.
Okay. Is Maha a pratipadikam?
No. There is a special rule, Mahodaya. There, Mahat is the pratipadikam. But when Mahat is used in conjoining, in a samasta padam, that Mahat always becomes Maha.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
There is a rule for that. Because when Mahat is joined, they use it as Mahan and drop the Nakara. Whether it is female, male or whatever, they use Mahan and drop the Nakara. Always. There is some sutra for that. I don't know what it is.
But we can say Mahan Aushadhihi.
Mahan Aushadhihi is correct. But there you've done the Samasta Padasya Vichedanam eva Kritavati Bhavati. You've removed the conjoining. Correct. There. So that's why. Aushadhi is pulling up, so you can say Mahan Aushadhi. Okay, next. Who's next? Nobody? Back to beginning?
Yeah, okay. I will go back. Okay. Tava Audaryam. It is A plus Au. So it will be Vruddhisani. So it is Au Tavodaryam.
Au.
Tavau.
Yeah,
Tavaudaryam.
Tavaudaryam. Samyak. Atra nityam va vikalpena.
Tava is from Yushmat Shabda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yushmat Shabdasya ekavachana shashti vibhakti rupam.
Shashti vibhakti. So since it has vibhakti, it is not nitya.
Samyak. Vikalpena bhavati. Bahu samyak.
Yeah.
Uttama. Vijayasundar Mahoday, Bhavan karoti va?
Vidya Sukyam. Vidya is last letter. Au Sukka Au Sukyam. So it must be Vidyau Sukyam.
Samyak. Vidyaut Sukyam. Uttamam. Okay. Here also, no idea whether it is Nityam or Vikalpam. If it is a Pratipadikam use, then it will be Nityam. Okay. If it is not Pratipadikam, it is.
But here Vidya can stand alone, na?
Vidya can stand alone, but here it is probably going to be Vidyayaha Utsukyam. But I don't want to go into a discussion. It is going to be Shashti probably. This one most probably will be Shashti. So, this will most probably be Nityam there. But let's not go into it. All we need to know, if it is Pratipadikam, then it is Nityam. Make sense?
Okay.
Now we are going to do Sandhi Vichedam. Agre ka? Kaha? Hina Mahodeva? Karo. Sandhi Vichedam karaniyam idanim. Padatrayam avashyakam. Uttare.
Ainaka. Ainekaha.
Tenaikaha iti. Look where is the vridhi? Where is the vridhi letter there?
Aika.
So now is it going to be
so
tena plus
no. Tena.
Is it going to be aikaha or ekaha? What makes most sense?
Tena ekaha.
Tena ekaha. Tena ekaha samsyaha uktaha iti. So by him something was said. Like we can say that. Tena ekaha. Tenam is tad shabdasya tritiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Tena ekaha iti. Some of these don't make much sense when these words are by themselves. It makes these Sandhi Vichedams make a lot more sense when it comes in a sentence. Because then you can understand what the padam means. Here you don't know. These are two words that are just sitting there by themselves. You don't know what it means. Very hard to do. Agree.
No, Balaika, sorry. Bala Eka or Bala Eka.
It makes more sense, no? Bala Eka. That it is Vishesha Visheshana.
Bala Eka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agree. Preeti Mahodaya?
Bhagya Mahodaya.
Bhagya Mahodaya.
Paramaishwaryam. Parama Aishwaryam. Paramaishwaryam.
Parama Aishwaryam. Paramaishwaryam. Uttamam. Samyak. Preeti Mahodaya, bhavati karoti va?
Mama Udaryam. Mama Audaryam.
Samyak.
Plus
Bahu samyak. Mama Audaryam. Haraprasad Mahodaya, bhavan punah.
Lataushadam. Lata Aushadam.
Lata makes sense, or do you know better word?
Lata Aushadam.
Samyak. Lata Aushadham. Latayaha Aushadham. There is some medicine coming from a creeper, is what I'm understanding.
Right.
Maybe there's something else also, who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
That is how, you know, this is how those ancient times they used to make those prahelikas and those riddles. Because you can break it up in so many different ways and get different meanings from it. But you need context for that. With these single words, it's very difficult. Agree. Vijayasundara Mahodaya? Oh, you got the same word.
Vidyau Tasukyam. So Vidya atau Autasukyam. Autsukyam.
Tatra utsukah asti. Tatra tasya bhavah autsukyam iti bhavati.
Okay.
Oh, done. Okay. Shall we take 1 minute quickly and do this? Or is everybody running out of time?
No, it's okay.
Okay. We'll quickly do this. Agre ka?
अम्बा
हा
ऐद्यकां कथां वदामि अद एकां एकां कथां वदामि
it's so much easier to break it up no when it's in a
अद्य
sentence.
yeah
You can
yeah
understand what
अद्य
she's
एकां
saying.
yeah अद्य एकां कथां वदामि
सम्यक्. राजश्री महोदय. राजश्री महोदय, you're on mute महोदय.
पुत्री सम्यक् वदाम्ब वद. So it is vada amba vada.
अम्ब इत्युक्ते किं तत्र विभक्ति का?
Sambodhanam.
Vada amba vada. It's a very silly conversation, by the way. Nothing happens in it. It's just to see the sandhi. Agre Bhagya Mahoday bhavati karatu.
Amba idanim eva vadami iti uktavati va.
उत्तमं. तत्र सन्धि कुत्र अस्ति? प्रथमपदे अस्ति वा?
Yes महोदय. No न महोदय. इदानीम् एव सन्धि नास्ति.
तत्र
वदामि इति
सन्धि का?
सन्धि नास्ति.
वदामि इति
सन्धि अस्ति. दीर्घ सवर्ण दीर्घ सन्धि. वदामि इति वदामि इति.
वदामि इति तत्र सवर्ण दीर्घ. तादृशमेव वदाम्बा इति अपि तत्र सवर्ण दीर्घ एव. परन्तु अद्य एकां कथां तत्र किं सन्धि का? सन्धि कः? वृद्धि सन्धि. सम्यक् सम्यक्. उत्तमम्. अग्रे प्रीति महोदय भवती करोतु.
पुत्री बहु उत्सुकास्मि अम्ब वद मम प्रियताम्ब.
प्रियतमाम्ब.
प्रियतमाम्ब.
सन्धि विच्छेद.
ओके. बहु उत्सुका अस्मि. Okay, there's no sandhi over there.
पुनः पश्यतु पुनः पश्यतु.
बहु उत्सुका.
बहु उत्सुका.
Oh, बहु उत्सुका. So बहु उत्सुका अस्तु. सवर्ण दीर्घ सन्धि. बहु
अनन्तरमपि
प्लस् उत्सुका अस्मि. उत्सुका अस्मि. आ प्लस् अ सवर्ण दीर्घ सन्धि.
सवर्ण दीर्घ सन्धि द्वयम् अभवत् तत्र. उत्तमम्. अग्रिमम्.
उत्सुका अस्मि अम्ब वद मम प्रियतमा अम्ब. प्लस् सवर्ण.
तत्र पुनः सवर्ण दीर्घ सन्धि. प्रियतमा अम्ब. प्रियतमा इत्युक्ते my most beloved mother. Nothing happens in this conversation at all, okay? Nothing happens. It's just to see where the sandhi happens. Okay, next. Haraprasad.
Amba idanim aham vismrutavati drastavyam.
अत्र सन्धिः अभवत् वा? कुत्र?
अव्यं
द्रष्टव्यं. तत्र सम्पूर्ण पदम् अस्ति. It's a normal word. It is tavyat pratyayah iti asti tatra. We'll read it. We'll do that after we do karmani. Drashtavyam is a full word. You haven't seen it yet. It's like kartavyam. You know kartavyam?
Kartavyam, yeah.
Same like that, drashtavyam.
Okay. Kartavyam.
Now tell me, idanim aham. Is there any sandhi there?
Yes.
Is it sandhikarya?
No. Idanim aham no sandhikarya.
Uttamam. Tatra gunitaksharameva.
Correct.
Uttamam. Bahu samyak. So literally nothing is happening. Okay, she's forgotten the story. She was saying a story, she forgot the story. Okay, next. Vijayasundara Mahodaya.
Putri aham ativa dukhi asmitanim. Aham Adiva. Aham Adiva is
there a sandhi?
Yeah, Aham Ativa.
Aham ativa. Is there a sandhi? Is there any change?
No change.
No sandhi. Good. Agree. Asmi idanim.
Divani, okay. Dukhi.
Asmi idanim. Tatra?
Sorry?
In that, so listen to that sentence. Aham ativa dukhi asmi idanim. What does that mean?
Aham ativa dukhi asmitani means I am very sad or very sorry.
Samyak. So what are the two words there in asmi idanim?
Asmi idanim.
Tatra sandhi karyam abhavat va?
Asmi idanim. No.
Chintayatu. Asmi iti hrasva ikarah. Idanim iti punah hrasva ikarah. Ikarah melanena asmi idanim abhavat. Tatra dirgha ikara.
Oh, okay.
Kim abhavat tatra? Varna vikarah abhavat va na va? Is there a change?
No.
I has become E.
Asmi.
So is there a change?
Yeah, there is a change. Yeah.
So there is sandhi. But it has become what sandhi? Dirgha. So, Savarna dirgha sandhi.
Okay.
You look at what the change has landed in. It has landed in a dirgha. That is the ending. So that means it is Savarna dirgha. In Adhyaikam, it has landed in I, which is a Vriddhi letter. So it is Vriddhi sandhi.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Asmi itani.
Tadeva. Okay. So in this, we don't have enough time. I wish we had enough time. But these are 3 shlokas, okay? There are 3 shlokas. These 2 are actually from the Sankshepa Ramayana. From RSS has Sankshepa Ramayana. So I'll just read them and you can listen. It's very simple. Is this from? Yes, this is Balakanda. Sarvada bhigataha. I did not write this. 1 minute. Sadbhihi samudra iva sindhubhihi. Sarvada bhigataha sadbhihi samudra iva sindhubhihi. Aryaha sarva samaschaiva sadaiva priyadarshanaha. So can you just identify where Vriddhi Sandhi happened? Anybody?
Sadaiva.
Sadaiva. There is a Vriddhi letter there. Vriddhi Sandhi has happened there. Can everybody see that? Sada eva has become Sadaiva. Where else there is one more Vriddhi Sandhi?
Sarva samaha. Sarva samaha chaiva.
Sarva samaha. Very good. You even did Visarga Sandhi there. Very good. So there is Sarva samaha chaiva. That chaiva there is cha eva has become chaiva. The guna from there has become Vriddhi. So anytime you notice a Vriddhi letter, your job is to go and see, is there a Vriddhi Sandhi happening there or is it just a Gunitaksharam? Here there was Vriddhi Sandhi. There was a actual Vikara happening there. So it is Vriddhi Sandhi. Sarvada bhigataha. Can you think what Sandhi might be happening there?
Savarna dirgha sandhi.
Uttamam. Sarvada abhigataha. Samyak. Can you think there is one more Sandhi happening here? Samudra iva.
Samudram iva.
Sadbhihi samudraha iva.
Iva. Samudraha iva.
There is Visarga Lopaha there. Okay. I'm doing it very fast. Please, we'll go into it a little bit more in detail next time. This one also, let's just read it. Shrutva chaitat trilokagno. Can you see if there is a sandhi happening there? Chaitat trilokagno.
Trilokagnya.
Very good.
Chayetat.
Chayetat. Very good. Cha shrutva cha etat trilokagnya. Trilokagnya means those who know the 3 worlds. Valmikeer Narado.
Valmiki.
Valmikihi.
Naradaha vachaha.
Valmikehe Naradaha Vachaha.
Vachaha.
Valmikehe. That is Shashti Vibhakti of Valmiki Chatah. Valmikehe. Very good. You can do Shloka Vichedanam now. Very good. Shruyatamiti.
No,
Is there any
no,
sandhi?
sandhi nasti.
Sandhi nasti. Gunita aksharam.
No sandhi. Yeah.
Chamantraya. Chamantriya.
Kya amantraya.
So what is the sandhi?
Cha.
Savarna
Cha
dirgha sandhi.
mantra.
Very good. Savarna dirgha. Prahrishto. What do you think it is?
Praharashtaha.
Prahrishtaha. Vakyam abbravi. Any sandhi?
Sandhi nasti.
Sandhi nasti. Uttamam. Your job is to go and see if you can understand the meanings. Please don't do any full-fledged, what is it?
Anvaya.
Please don't do any full-fledged Anvaya. You have homework also. All you have to do is go and see, can you understand the meaning of these shlokas? Okay. This one also is there. Ekenaiva. Can you see if there is sandhi?
Vritti sandhi.
Ekena
Ekena
eva.
eva.
Ekena eva. Suvrikshena. By a good plant. Okay. Suvrikshena. Pushpitena. Any sandhi happening there?
No.
No. Suvrikshena pushpitena. Sugandhina. Any sandhi?
No.
No. Vasitam.
No.
Tad vanam sarvam. Again, no sandhi. Suputrena kulam yatha. Again, no sandhi. Okay. So I'll just explain this one. Beautiful. I love it so much. So I'll just explain once. Ekena eva suvrikshena pushpitena sugandhina. So Pushpitena and Sugandhina are both Tritiya Vibhakti. Vrikshena, Suvrikshena is also Tritiya Vibhakti. So there is some adjective thing happening there. Okay. Ekena also is Tritiya. So Ekena eva. Pushpitena Sugandhina Suvrikshena. By a blossoming Sugandhi, which gives out good smell, a tree. Vasitam tad vanam sarvam. So that vanam that it stays in, it is filled with the smell. How that by that one tree, one blossoming tree, how the smell fills the whole vanam. Tadrisham yatha tadrisham eva suputrena kulam api bhavati. The kulam, the family also blossoms. The family is also gets that good smell, the good vibes by a suputraha. That's what it means. Okay. We'll go through the Anvaya Rachana for only this one next class because it's so beautiful. We'll do it together. Okay. So everything else is also beautiful. I'm not saying Sankshepa Ramayana is not beautiful. It'll just take forever if we have to do all of them. So we will stop this here. Okay. Any questions on today's class?
Mahodaya, I have some question not related to today's class. So if you are okay, I can do it after the end of the...
You want to do it now also? If everybody's okay, she can do it now, or do you have to run? If you have to run, we'll do the Pratana Shlokam.
I've got a doubt in homework 20. That is puja. Puja avasthane.
How to do the Sandhi Vichedam?
Avasthane, it will be puja avasthane.
That's what even I'm thinking. Puja avasthane.
Okay.
So it will be Savarna Dirgha Sandhi there.
Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Okay.
Mahodaya, in that Maheshwara Sutrani, when you say hal, you start from Hayavarat and then you end in hal. So what happens? You have two has there. So should we write both the has? So what is the number there? Because hal means Vyanjanam, right? So if I add it, then it'll count of Vyanjanam will be wrong.
Don't double. Keep only one hakara.
So only at the first I write and the end we don't write.
Correct.
Okay. So that was one. And the other one is, if I have to say, Mahabharata war lasted for 18 days. How do I write that? Mahabharata Yuddham Ashtadasha Dine, is it? Dine Pravrittaha? Or how does it come?
It should be Dinebhyaha, no? It will be Chatur. for अष्टादशेभ्यः दिनेभ्यः प्रवृत्तः महाभारतयुद्धः प्रवृत्तः for how long will be अष्टादशेभ्यः दिनेभ्यः प्रवृत्तः प्रीति महोदय
Chaturthi, okay, I forgot.
It's not Dinanga?
Dinanka, no. Dinanka is date. Dinankah is date.
Okay.
Is it not 24?
Dinan, Ashtadasha Dinan Pravruttaha. That's what I thought.
Ashtadasha Dinani
Dinan.
Pravruttaha.
Dinan.
Dinani, no, it can't be Dinan. It is Dinam. So it is, if you are doing Dvitiya Vibhakti, it is Dinani. Is it Dvitiya Vibhakti or Chaturthi Vibhakti? For how long time? He has spent so long of a time, isn't it? That would be Chaturthi Vibhakti, isn't it? Or Panchami?
Or will be Chaturthi only.
Is Pravrittaha special?
No, I'm just asking.
He has been learning Sanskritam for 5 years. If you say that, Varshebhyah, Panchebhyah Varshebhyah, Panchebhyah Varshebhyah Saha Sanskritam Patitavan. From 5, Tadrishameva Khalu. You will use that Chaturthi Panchami usage only.
Okay, yeah, I got it, yeah.
I'm only confused if it's Chaturthi.
That would be since 5 years.
That is Panchami. Since 5 years. For 5
So
years
that
he has
will
learned.
also be, that will also be Chaturthi, right? Why will it be Panchami?
Since Purvam, like since 5 years. Since 5 years will be Panchami. But Panchami, Chaturthi is the same. You can't.
Yes. But it is a good question whether it's Chaturthi or Panchami. That's where I always get confused.
Panchami only, I think.
You're sure, no? For time usage?
Since 5 years. So,
So it will be 5th, I think. So.
Kati Dinani
Panchami.
Purvam or whatever. Kati
Dinebhyah Purvam. Katibhyah Dinebhyah Purvam.
Dinebhyah
So
Purvam.
it will be Chaturthi Vibhakti. But he has been studying since 5 years, so it will be Panchami. Okay. But this is Mahabharata Yuddha Pravrittaha. For how long? That will be also Panchami or Chaturthi?
Or I think it's Chaturthi. Since you are saying from so many years he's studying, so you're saying it's Panchami. He's been studying from last 5 years, whatever. So Panchami. But here for means that it will be Chaturthi.
This time usage in this case is a little bit confusing. Can I just confirm that and write it in the signal group?
Yeah, because my instinct was to go with Saptami.
I know, even my instinct, because with Kalavachaka you want to go Saptami.
Yeah, I wrote Saptami, but I was not sure. So
What is your sentence, Mother? The Mahabharata Yuddham lasted for 18
days,
days.
I think it should be Ashtadashebhyah Dinebhyah. But I will confirm and get back to you on that.
Yeah, even because the first instinct was to use Saptami.
I know,
Dinani,
I also.
I don't know why I'm feeling it should be, I'm still feeling it should be Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Maybe
Mahabharata
Pravritti is-
Yuddham, it's like a Gatyartakaha, right?
Yuddhaha.
Pravrittaha.
Yuddhaha Pravrittaha.
So that would be like a Gatyartaka.
Actually, I didn't know the meaning. I didn't know the word to use for happened. It lasted. So I looked up the dictionary. This Pravrittaha was there. I don't know exactly what.
Pravrittaha is correct only. Now the question is it going to be used with Dvitiya Vibhakti or Chaturthi Panchami? I will get back to you on that.
Okay.
I'll check it up and get back to you. Let's. I'll find out, and then if we need more discussion, we'll discuss next class. I'll put the statement in signal, and we'll discuss next class when I find out exactly.
Mahoday, I have a question. Is it too late to ask?
No. Go for it.
This is regarding the Sandehi Nityatva. Okay, you gave us the shloka under what circumstances Sandhi is a must. and it says Samhita Ekapadai Nitya. That is one condition. Nitya Dhatu Upasarga Yoho. That is the second condition. The third one is Nitya Samase Vake Tu. And the last one is Sa Viveksham Apekshate.
Vakye tu Viveksham Apekshate. Nityam Samase Nityam Bhavati. Samase Nityam. Parantu Vakye Vikalpena Bhavati.
Oh, I'm just reading the sloka that it is in the slide.
Yes, I understand. 1 minute. Let me, if I can open it. Right. Which one was this? Which week was this, if you don't mind me asking?
This is under what are the what is compulsory to make a sandhi?
This was under that
16.
Was it under there?
Yeah.
18.
18, no? Okay.
Slide 18. I have it open. If you want, I can share.
1 second. I will give you permission. I'm sorry, I haven't.
I'm able to screen share.
Oh, good. Go.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Samhita Ekapade Nitya. Within one word, it is Nitya. Nitya Dhatu Upasarga Yoho. When you have a Dhatu with an Upasarga, there also it is Nityam.
Okay. Please give me an example for the first one.
Ekapade Nayati. Nayati. When you have, Nayati. Inside a word. When you have a Subantam or a Tingantam. Like you were asking, remember? When you have a Subantam or a Tingantam, there inside it is Nityam. You cannot say it separately.
Okay.
When you have Dhatu Upasarga, when you have that, especially Lang Lakara, all that, Pratyagachati. You have to say it fully, together only. Nitya Samase. When you have a Samasta Padam, like I was saying, if you have a Pratipadikam and another word, it is Nityam.
Yes.
Then lastly it says, Vakyetu. In a Vakyam, when you have full words, Subanta words, Tinganta words, all of those. Full words that can live by themselves, that are complete in and of themselves. When you have those words, then Sa Vivaksham Apekshate.
Okay.
There
left to the choice
based of our choice. If we give it a break, we can give it a break and say it separately. If we say it fast together, we have to use Sandhi. Tadevasti. Okay.
Now tell me, if it is, where did I write that? No, oh, here it is. Okay. Vibhakti Yukta Padadvayam. For example, Ramasya Alayaha. If both Purva and Para has vibhaktis, then again it is left to the discretion of the chanter.
That is that Vakye. That is that last one. Vakye to Vivaksha. It is your choice. Because there it is a full padam. As long as it is a full padam, it has a Subantam or a Tingantam. Both of those are called full padams. If it is either a Sup ending or a Tinganta ending, then Ting ending, then it is correct. You can say it is your choice. If it doesn't have a Sup or a Ting Pratya attached to it, then it is usually Nitya.
Got it. Okay. Dhanyavada.
Hina Mahade Bhavati Vadati va Shanti Mantra?
No, I will not say.
Okay. Who wants to say Shanti Mantra? Vadati.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. हरिः ओम् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
धन्यवादाः सर्वेभ्यः
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः महोदय
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः महोदय
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः
पुनर्मिलामः
महोदय अद्य मेलनं नास्ति इति